Standing water and water in basements, it's a major problem, especially here in Michigan.
Yeah, especially these days. But now a Southfield company has an innovative solution. In tonight's Fox E report, Robin Schwartz shows us how they're testing their system at the Detroit City Airport.
It's a swampy mess in this spot on the airfield at Detroit's Coleman A. Young International Airport. So you can see why these workers are drilling and installing these 20-foot-long plastic tubes. It's all part of a new type of drainage system. The owners of a Southfield company hope will change the way water is drained around the world.
Now we have the ability to actually address that surface water.
There's so much energy inside the ground, which we don't even have a clue.
Inventor Andrew Nemchek first came up with the technique to keep water out of his own basement. His company, Parjana, has spent 7 years researching and developing it. Nemchek used to work in a mine in Poland, where he got a good look at what happens beneath the Earth's surface.
You can see the ice age underground in mining. So I was working about 4,000 feet underground. You can see the water, how it travel. So that gives me a little bit ideas.
His system involves using energy from the expansion and contraction of the Earth to operate pumps, which can pump up to 150 gallons of water an hour, 24 hours a day, back into the ground.
And really what we're doing is we're accelerating Mother Nature.
Golf courses, airports, anywhere, housing development, anywhere you have stagnating water, this can resolve the issue.
The airport project is meant to demonstrate what the pumps can do. If all goes as planned here at City Airport, the sky is the limit. We're told the FAA will spend the next 90 days evaluating the system. And if they like what they see, it could be installed at every airport across the U.S. The company just started installing its systems in January, and they already have 75 in place across Michigan. They say their prices are comparable to any other waterproofing solution, and there's a money-back guarantee. Parjana has even had interest from third world countries, where diseases spread by stagnant water cause 80% of all deaths. They say their systems could save energy and lives across the globe. With the Fox E report, I'm Robin Schwartz.
The base company says it has a unique solution to eliminate standing water.
Yeah, and it's earth-friendly. They recently tested it out at City Airport. In tonight's Fox E report, Robin Schwartz shows us the results.
Back in February, it was a virtual swamp in this section of Detroit's Coleman A. Young International Airport, where standing water has been a problem for decades. The Southfield-based company Parjana used the muddy mess as a test site to demonstrate how they can fix it. Using these 20-foot-long plastic tubes. It's all part of a drainage system which can pump up to 150 gallons of water an hour back into the ground 24 hours a day. Andrew Nemchek invented it. He's an engineer who once worked in mines in Poland, where he saw exactly how water moves underground.
The water is traveled to the ground and travel from the side of the pump.
What we're doing is we're actually harnessing the energy from the expansion and contraction of the Earth.
7 weeks later, we went back to the site and found a few puddles, but nothing like the swamp we saw before. Nemchek says putting in a few more tubes will solve the problem completely.
We installed our system, and within 2 months, we've eliminated their standing water issues.
McPartland adds, now that the water is gone, birds have also moved elsewhere, and that's a good thing because they pose a real hazard at airports. The company's in touch with the FAA, and we're told representatives plan to come back out here and see the progress for themselves, with possible plans to use this system at airports across the country. Parjana has other big plans. They've done work for Ford Motor Company and dozens of other sites across Michigan. Now they're working on proposals for the reflecting pool at the Lincoln Memorial and the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C., and the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy. Following their success at City Airport, they say the sky's the limit for this green innovation. With the Fox E report in Detroit, I'm Robin Schwartz.
54 passengers are safe and sound this morning after their JetBlue flight had to turn around and make an emergency landing at Westchester County Airport. because of a bird strike. 2 geese slammed into the windshield just after takeoff on their way to Florida. And who can forget the splash landing in the Hudson River that cemented the fear of a bird strike in our consciousness? In 2009, Captain Sully Sullenberger was forced to land his U.S. Airways flight in the Hudson after birds took out his jet's engines. And just last week, we got firsthand account of a bird strike when a passenger on Delta Flight 1063 captured one on video. But these are just a couple of the over 100,000 wildlife strikes that have happened since 1990. So how can we help prevent this very clear and present danger? Our next guest could have the answer. In fact, it may be in one of their hands right now. Greg McPartland and Andrew Niemczek of Parjana Inc. join us now with the details. So yes, we have an engineer here. It's very high tech, but also
Yes.
the premise behind it is very simple. You have it in your hand right there.
Correct, absolutely.
Tell me what that's called.
It is called the EGRP, which is an energy groundwater recharge pump.
But essentially, it's a water pump for standing water. Tell me how that works.
What we do is we have the ability, we have a proven green solution that has the ability to eliminate standing water.
And essentially, that's the source
Correct.
for many of these birds. Not the case in some airports where there are reservoirs and natural habitats, but for standing water, what we're seeing right there, you eliminate that, you eliminate the birds who need that, you know, to thrive.
Exactly. What we have the ability to is we harness the energy from the expansion and contraction of the earth and hydrostatic pressure to actually draw the water into the ground.
Okay, and let's talk about this, Andrew, as well. You've had success so far. This is now in place and installed in Detroit Airport, a major airport here in the U.S. And tell me about that.
Andrew?
We did this airport because we want to get the water, standing water, and also is attracting so many birds, the species. So either way, is this salt water species coming to the land for food. And that's the attracting. So they designed this system first time was at homes.
Yeah, in homes is where you discovered it. You just said, you know what, I have standing water in my home, Greg, let's get rid of it, and it worked out that way for you, correct?
Absolutely. That's how Andrew came up with the problem, or the solution. He had a problem at his home, and he came up with the solution.
Well, what's the feedback in Detroit? Are they saying, wow, we have seen a considerable difference here when it comes to birds?
The number one thing for birds to thrive, they need standing water. That's what attracts them. And what we do is we mitigate that the standing water,
well, let's talk
which
about
actually
this.
reduces the wildlife.
In the past couple of days, you've had a number of meetings with the FAA and the Pilots Association. What's going on? Where does that stand? When can we see these in New York area airports where this has happened so much?
Well, hopefully very, very soon. We're working very hard with them. We've identified that there's a problem, and we have a proven solution. So we really look forward to working with them quickly.
You're on the right track, so we will see this happening at our area airports.
Absolutely,
Hopefully
that's our goal, very soon.
All right, thank you so much, Greg and Andrew, for being with us and providing some kind of solution for this problem that we're seeing over and over again. Your time is now 6:47. Sukanya?